Hello, my friends. My name is Kwabna Pofo. Good evening. And on behalf of Women Leaders in Action, we welcome you to our 2022 Annual Scholarship Awards Virtual Fundraising Gala. Now, as this is a virtual event, there are a few things that I would love for you to do in order for you to have the best viewing experience tonight. First things first, please change your view to speaker view and pin Women Leaders in Action so that way the entire night you get to hear us, you get to see us, no distractions. Number two, I know that all of you have fantastic things to say. However, we would greatly appreciate it if you could mute your mics. That way this flows uninterrupted. And also, we appreciate you for being here. I know that a lot of you wanted to come out tonight all dressed up and, jazzed out. However, I appreciate you for being right where you are in your Louis V PJs. We appreciate you very much for taking the time out and spending it with us. Now, Women Leaders in Action is an organization that is dedicated towards the mission of empowering women for success. Additionally, we're also dedicated to making sure that future generations are also set up for success. So tonight, we're going to be handing out scholarships to high school students so that they can go forward and pursue their college careers. Additionally, we're also going to take the time out to recognize some members of the community who have gone above and beyond to support their peers, support their families, support their communities. And they've done this in a variety of different ways. We're talking community service, we're talking education, mentorship. Personally, mentorship and education mean a lot to me. When I was in high school, if you will allow me to share my quick little story, I studied electrical engineering. It was fun, and word on the street was that when I got out, if I followed up on it, I'd be able to make some money. So I said, why not? Let me go ahead and do this. When I got to college, however, things were a little bit of a different story. That first year in college was kind of rough. I still enjoyed electrical engineering, but, it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. No amount of preparation was enough to be able to prepare me for, some of the real world things that would happen, at the same time that I was going to college. And so towards the end of my first year of college, I had a decision I had to make. I was either going to go home or I was going to take a career exploration course. And so one of the things that I decided to do was to take the course. That first year was a bit rough, not because I, wasn't giving it my all. Video games might have had a little bit to do with it, but not much, but not much. But things just happen when you're a college kid. And so I took the career exploration course. And honestly, I was surrounded by a fantastic group of really well-educated, dedicated women. All my teachers during that course, my career exploration course, were women, and they were just fantastic. They taught me everything from time management to just how to be a better student, just how to be a better learner. And even then, we went into these whole different kinds of exercises about just finding out who you are as a person, even outside of academia. And to be able to have that kind of support system was just really incredible. Very similar to the same kind of support that you'll find from the members of WLA. And so what ended up happening is that I finished the course. I ended up finding a field that worked for me. It was fantastic. I came out also figuring out that I also wanted to, dive into being an actor. And these were all things that came out of having support of a particular group of individuals who were just very skilled in what they do and were just very empathetic and very knowledgeable, which is very akin to what the WLA does for individuals within the community and for upcoming youth. And so one of the things that we appreciate is your support. When you come out to events like this, you help us do what people have done for us, myself included, and I appreciate you for that very much. Tonight, you're going to be treated to individuals from many different walks of life who are going to share with you their stories, their experience, and they're going to show you and show us how we can be better individuals for ourselves, we can be better for our families, be better for our communities. Additionally, we're also, like I said earlier, we are going to be giving out scholarships to high school students so that they can go forward. And again, they can benefit society. They can become the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And again, we always appreciate that. We appreciate you. Additionally, and this is the best part, the way that you can support us is by donating. Now, you can donate your time. You can donate some of that cash, you know what I mean? But honestly, everything goes a really, really long way towards making sure that we can continue our mission of empowering women for success and future generations for success. Really super appreciate that. So what's going to happen now is we're going to go into a little bit more information about WLA, what WLA has been doing over pretty much the past decade. This organization has been around for a very long time. We are also going to have some raffles at the end. So you got to make sure that you stick in here and make sure that if you have not registered for this already, that you register and make sure that your information is in there so that you can make sure that you are registered for the raffle. We have some amazing prizes that you'll find out at the end who's going to get them. And honestly, get comfy and just soak in all the information that you're going to get, because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be really good. It's going to be beneficial, and we appreciate you. And so stay right there. Make sure that, again, mic is muted, that you are set for speaker view, that you pinned us. And so, I want you to be able to see all of this, just saying. But we also have lots of other guests who are going to be even more fabulous than myself, and they're going to give you lots and lots of great information. So hang in there. We're going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to show you how to donate. You can take care of that right now. If you go to wlanj.org, the information is going to be popping up. So don't worry if you missed it just then. You're going to be able to see it again and hang out, and we'll take care of you. All right? Much appreciated. Enjoy. I'm going to take it off and give it to Beth.
Thank you for joining us for our 2022 WLA Gala event. We want to give you an opportunity to give and partner with us. And here's how you can donate. Go to www.wlanj.org. Click on the Donate tab. As you know, we are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we depend on generous donations from our supporters to run our programs. There are several ways to support our initiatives through a tax-deductible contribution. You can also select the Amazon Smile option to ensure Amazon donates 0.5% of any purchase that you make on their site, gifted to us at no extra charge to you. Thank you in advance for your generous support.
On a cold and frosty day in February 2012, a group of women from Ghana, Haiti, and Kenya came together with one purpose in mind: to form a support group that would meet regularly to share ideas and encourage one another emotionally and professionally. With time, members of this group decided to extend their goal and mission to help other women and the community at large. To that end, Women Leaders in Action, WLA, a nonprofit organization, was established in October 2014. Women Leaders in Action's mission is to empower women for success through personal and professional development, mentoring, promoting diabetes awareness, and community outreach projects. Each year continues to be eventful and productive for WLA. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, I don't think you ever stop giving. I really don't. I think it's an ongoing process. And it's not just about being able to write a check. It's being able to touch somebody's life. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laura Jangba. It is my honor to present our keynote speaker this evening. Ms. Abba Ketuanda is our keynote speaker. Abba is a Christian therapist, author, and transformational speaker. She is the principal of Prasadis Counseling and Coaching, a private counseling practice. She calls herself the hope monger because she says, "My heart cry is to promote mental, emotional, and spiritual health by educating, inspiring, and ultimately elevating people to harness the amazing power of hope in their lives." Abba is blessed with a teaching gift that compels women to rediscover themselves, restore their spiritual and emotional harmony, and rebuild healthy relationships. The constant theme in Abba's life and career has been her concern for the well-being of others and her love for imparting information and new insights to encourage people to live authentic, rewarding, purpose-filled lives. Abba is a passionate mental health advocate and is the director of Health and Wellbeing International, an NGO aimed at mental health education and promotion. Abba is the author of the best-selling book, Reflections of a Hope Monger. She is the host of the Hope Mongers podcast, ranked as a top 5% podcast globally. She is currently working on her second book, Letters of Hope to My Younger Self, to be released in February 2023. Abba is a wife, mother, and mother-in-law. She lives in Central Florida, USA, with her family. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure, my honor to introduce to you our keynote speaker for this evening, Ms. Abba Ketuanda.
Thank you very much. Madam President, board members and supporters of Women Leaders in Action, ladies and gentlemen, I am truly honored to be this evening's keynote speaker on women empowering women. I've had the privilege over the past couple of years to get to know Miss Laura, Sister Akos, and some of the board members, and I'm truly impressed with their efforts and dedication in service of women. Empowering women is essential to the health and social development of families, communities, and countries. When women are living safe, fulfilled, productive lives, they can reach their full potential. They can contribute their skills to the workforce, and they can raise happier and healthier children. Much progress has been made in the decades since women were not allowed to vote or open a bank account. However, in 2022, there is still work to be done because around the world, women continue to face major social, cultural, and economic barriers to equality. Girls are still being denied access to education. 70% of people living in poverty are women and girls. More than 1 out of 3 women has experienced some form of abuse at the hands of her partner. Women continue to make far less money than their male counterparts and are underrepresented in top leadership positions. These issues will not resolve themselves. And so we must interrupt the regular programming of our everyday lives and begin to look beyond ourselves. Philosopher psychologist William James said this: "The great use of life is to spend it on something that will outlast it. There is a link between empowerment and legacy, and we must become legacy-minded. There's a memory I share in my book, Reflections of a Hope Monger. One afternoon when I was 8 years old, I stole into my parents' room, tried on my mother's clothes and shoes, and as a final touch, I spritzed a little of her perfume behind each earlobe. I made a big mess. And when my babysitter discovered what I had done, she panicked. What struck me, though, was that rather than cleaning up the mess, she first tried to air out the room. Only when the fragrance had sufficiently faded did she turn her attention to the cleanup. A small vapor mist of perfume is able to diffuse and permeate a large room with its fragrance. Now, the mist itself is visible for just a few seconds. However, the aroma lingers for a long time. In the same way, our lives on earth last for a short while, yet the actions we take today will have a ripple effect on the world beyond our lifetime and for generations to come. And why must we be legacy-minded? Well, we are programmed to reproduce after our kind because we will not live forever in this earth realm. And the Bible says, and I'm paraphrasing, that God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and God saw that it was good. And the earth brought forth seed after his kind, and God saw that it was good. In similar vein, empowered woman must beget empowered woman. The word empower is to give someone the authority or the power to do something. In science and engineering, power is defined as the amount of work done or the energy transferred in a time period. So then power is dynamic and not static. It doesn't matter how influential you are or how much money you have in the bank. It cannot and will not, must not all end with you. Our lives take on significance when we pass on the torch. So what's an empowered woman? Well, an empowered woman is someone who has taken stock of who she is, what her skills and talents and giftings are, and is using it in the service of humanity. An empowered woman is someone whose personality is in alignment with her calling and her God-ordained purpose. And always embedded in that purpose is the mandate to birth new generations of empowered women. And so as a start, let us recognize the unconscious biases that we ourselves might have against other women based on their race or their age or their sexual orientation or physical abilities or socioeconomic background. And then as a matter of daily intention, let every woman you encounter feel encouraged and inspired. Let her know that her opinions matter. Tell her not to be afraid to use the power of her voice, and tell her to never give up on herself. Women are beautiful at every age, in every shade and skin color, in every weight and height. So let's not tolerate hateful comments and the objectification of women. Let's promote body positivity and celebrate women for their intelligence and authenticity. Let's support women-run businesses and organizations that seek to empower women. And let's become regular supporters of WLA and all the amazing work they're doing. If you see a sister experiencing unfair treatment in the workplace, speak up. And if you're in a position to do so, hire more women, mentor other women, build your sister tribe, expand your network of empowered women. Partnerships in business and social causes go a long way to achieve these goals. Dear empowered woman, your story, know that your story will inspire other women. So share your story. Share the lessons you learned from your triumphs as well as your downfalls. Share the wisdom of your professional training. Write that book. Start that organization. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the answers. Start and perfect as you go along. Don't let fear stop you. Don't worry that what you have to offer the world seems small or insignificant compared to the talents of others. Dream big, live wholeheartedly. People will be empowered just by observing how you do life. See, we can't afford to be competitive and petty towards other women. Trust me, there's enough room for us all because God has a unique and beautiful plan for all of our lives. There's a quote I like that says this: surround yourself with women who would mention your name in a room full of opportunities. But I say, be that woman who would mention her sister's names in a room full of opportunities. As women, we must be each other's biggest cheerleaders. When you empower a woman, you don't just change a life, you change a family, you change a community, you change her generations to come. And at this juncture, I want to acknowledge WLA for all the amazing work you continue to do. Thank you. You know, every Christmas Eve at my church, we hold a candlelight service. And typically we come into the church and the lights are turned down and the auditorium is dark. And then it starts with one small flame from a candle that is passed on to the next person, and then to the next person, and then to the next person. And then within minutes, the 2,000 seat auditorium is bathed in the most amazingly beautiful candlelight because everybody participated. In parting, I present you with these questions. Will you also pass on the torch? What do you want your legacy to be? How will you employ your efforts and talents in the empowerment of women? Because we need all hands on deck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abba. We cannot thank you enough for being our keynote speaker. We thank you because you embody our theme for this year, which is Empowered Women Empower. Surely you do empower others everywhere. Women Leaders in Action would also like to acknowledge Abba's husband, Dr. Edmund Anda, who is a gynecologist and empowers and encourages Abba to be the great woman that she is. We applaud you, Dr. Anda, and we thank you because it takes a great man to acknowledge and marry a great woman. You make a powerful couple and you empower others. We thank you.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela. One of the ways Women Leaders in Action supports education, and particularly educating our youth in the community, is through a scholarship program. WLA offers a yearly scholarship program to provide financial assistance to support teenagers in our community to pursue their academic careers. This goes a long way to help build great inspirational leaders in the community. The Scholarship Award Program was initiated 2017 for New Jersey high school seniors entering college as freshmen. The award program is open to the public during the spring season each year. The application is electronic and can be found at our website, wlanj.org. Since the onset of this program, WLA has provided monetary awards to over 20 applicants. I will pause here for you to see some of our past scholarship award recipients.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Cabrera Holgren, and I was one of the recipients for the 2018 WLA Scholarship. As Thanksgiving comes around, I wanted to express my gratitude to WLA for the scholarship as well as for their help. I truly wouldn't be where I am now without them. It's truly heartwarming to see them continue to provide scholarships to all these amazing students, giving them a chance just like how they did with me. Once again, thank you so much, and I wish you all happy holidays.
Hi, my name is Anthony Fosu, and I'm a member of the class of 2024 at Dartmouth College. I'm extremely excited and grateful to be recipients of the WLA Scholarship. It is through the support of organizations like the WLA that I have the opportunity to go to a prestigious college like Dartmouth, but also have an abundant amount of opportunities to engage with scholarship here. It is because of organizations like WLA that I am inspired to pursue a career in law in the public interest, and specifically for educational advocacy. The WLA inspires me because its mission is to support and empower women to be leaders in their community. If we invest in our women today, we yield dividends for our communities for tomorrow. During my time at Dartmouth College, I've been privy to have the opportunity to engage with different forms of advocacy, whether it be in the student assembly or as a room assistant for a cohort of 20 undergraduates, or through community service and activism. And it's organizations like WLA that inspire me to be a change agent for my community today, as well as invest in my community and its other opportunities for its youngest members for tomorrow. If we continue to support organizations like the WLA, we make critical investments into our future by empowering the most powerful members of our community by recognizing their full potential. It is my hope that you will continue to support the WLA in its mission, and that you will continue to support students like me that align with the mission of WLA and are working to ensure that we have a better outcome for tomorrow. It is through the support of organizations like WLA that we ensure that we invest in our communities, we invest in the infrastructure of our families, and we ensure that all of us have equal opportunity to succeed. And so, I want to thank you so much for your support of the WLA, and I want to encourage you to continue to support and be a change agent in your community today, and support the leaders of tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce 2022 Scholarship Award recipients, Miss Rocio Santiago and Miss Christy Sienas. Rocio Santiago is a recent graduate from Linden High School with a GPA of 3.7. She was on the honor roll and is currently a freshman at the Union County Community College, Union, New Jersey, pursuing child psychology as a major. I'll pause here for you to hear what Ms. Santiago has for us.
Good evening, my name is Rosie Santiago and I am majoring in child psychology. I'm currently attending Union College. I've always felt the want to help others when it comes to mental health and lending a ear. So I thought what was a better way of doing that when it comes to children. I've always had a good connection, a great bond with them, and they've always had an attachment with me, so I always felt like it was meant to be. Since the pandemic, mental health has been a very big issue, and I would like to help others when it comes to me bringing out the knowledge that I acquire. I am involved with sports and community service. I am a volleyball player, and working as a team always helped me branch out with new people, and it gave me a sense of growth. We do fundraising for the athletic department as well as events at school, so being hands-on always is a great thing. I would like to thank the Women's Leaders in Action for choosing me as a 2022 WLA Scholarship Award recipient. This will truly help my education. I want to continue to Rutgers to achieve my bachelor's and master's degree. I would like to become a child psychologist. I find it very beautiful how the women support women here in this organization, and I truly find it amazing when people realize there is no limit to what can be done. And
our second recipient, Christy Sienas, is a recent graduate from Livingston High School with a GPA of 3.2. She was also on the honor roll. Christy is currently a freshman at Rutgers University, New Brunswick, New Jersey, pursuing a career in forensic pathology. I'll pause here for you to hear what Christy has for us.
Hi everyone, my name is Christy Sinius and I am currently a freshman attending Rutgers University, majoring in biology and minoring in criminology in order to pursue a career in forensic pathology. First, I want to say it is such a tremendous honor to receive the WLA scholarship. As we all know, education is certainly not cheap, so of course this would definitely help take off some of that financial burden, for which I'm so grateful for, considering the inflation and the additional expenses people may face. I would definitely want to pay this forward by sharing my knowledge within the field of forensics and hopefully get more African Americans and people of color on board, as not many of us are in this specific field. And I plan to continue to volunteer my time and share my knowledge to nonprofit organizations that are making a difference in my community. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for this huge opportunity, and I hope you guys have a great night of celebration.
I have to say, both applicants are very hardworking students who were combining schoolwork with after-school jobs and projects, as well as volunteering community activities. WLA is very proud of you and congratulates you too for your hard work. Bravo. Great job.
Thank you for joining our 2022 Women Leaders in Action Gala event. We want to give you an opportunity to give and partner with us in all that we do. To donate, visit WLANJ.org. As a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, we depend on generous donations from our supporters to run our programs. There are several ways to support our initiatives through a tax-deductible contribution. You can also donate through Amazon Smile. Thank you so much for your generous support.
Good evening, all. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce a woman whose poetry and other writings are inspired by her personal experiences, as well as observations of nature and human interactions. She believes that creativity is available to everyone in different forms as long as one is open and willing to receive it. She received her bachelor's degree in management at Webster University in Vienna, Austria, and received her postgraduate certificate in human resource management. She worked with the United Nations office in Vienna and the UN peacekeeping mission in Angola. It is my honor to introduce to you a poet, a writer, and a storyteller from the West African country of Ghana, Jane Deku.
Lift. When the heaviness of life seems to weigh and press you down, when the sorrows overwhelm and you feel that you might drown, when in the aftermath of loss you think you cannot stand at all, when the rocks along the path cause you to stumble and you fall, she is right there by your side to pick you up and catch your crown. When life is smiling down and things are working out just great, when the news is just too good and gives you cause to celebrate, she is right there by your side to hold you up, polish your crown. There is air enough for all, and each one's breath counts towards the whole. There is space enough to be complete and wholesome in your soul. Let us lift each other up. Let us give a helping hand. Let us wipe our sisters' tears, reassure that we are here. Let us stand together whole. Let us polish every crown. Then the power of the lift. Yes, the power of that lift. Oh, the power of the lift will take us far beyond our dreams.
My name is Eric Hodasi.
And my name is Laura Hodasi Ajangba.
In memory of our late mother,
We would like to establish the Victoria Akua Nkulau Award for a Teacher Who Empowers.
as the adage goes, teaching is the one profession that creates all other professions.
Our mother, Victoria, was a very devoted educator who encouraged us and her students to study hard and aim high. She was a sweet, loving, caring, humble, principled, and disciplined woman who gave her all to help others succeed in their education.
She was a motivator, a wonderful guide, role model, counselor, and the list goes on. We are who we are today because of her unfailing love, encouragement, attention, and dedication.
Ma, we miss you and we thank you for everything. In addition to the scholarship category, Women Leaders in Action created the Women Who Inspire category to acknowledge and honor women who have gone above and beyond to overcome challenges in their lives and who have also given back to their communities. Our last Woman Who Inspire recipient was a vision-impaired woman from Kenya who graduated from Rutgers University, summa cum laude. Imagine studying with an impairment, and she still made it through. So we are grateful, and we figure these women will also be an inspiration to the scholarship recipients coming out and going to college to let them know they can do it if these women persevered and did it too. That is this category we have, the Women Who Inspire category, and that's why it was launched. Thank you.
Good evening, all. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce a counselor, a social worker, who has amassed over 4 decades of experience. Affectionately known as Mama Ava by her friends and family, began her work under the mentorship of a fellow church member. She partnered with the Sisters of Missionaries of Charity, Dorothy's Children's Home Orphanage, Wings of Compassion, Rescue Dada, and Tinker's Women's Prison. Her dedication and inspiration enhanced the capacity of women and children in the communities she served and empowered them to become contributing citizens. It is my honor to introduce to you our Women Who Inspire recipient, Kenya's own Jane Werwu.
So, Mama Eva, if you can briefly give us an introduction of yourself and how you became involved with the organizations you have partnered with.
My name is Jane Werwu. and my husband here in Moswero. Yeah, I became involved with the charity when I was a young girl. I used to see my mom helping the needy with foodstuffs and firewood, and I was really interested with what she's doing. When I grew up, I was married to Mr. Moswero, and that passion was still in myself. And I got a mentor who was a neighbor who used to do charity work, and I assisted her with her charity work. That's when I was involved with Missionaries of Charity. She introduced them to me, and I continued assisting her with the work, and I felt that's something in my heart. So up to today, I involve myself with Missionaries of Charity, and I could realize they have a challenge of firewood. That's where my passion is, really collecting firewood and foodstuffs for them. And I'm really impressed with their work, with helping the needy, the orphans, the mentally sick and the disabled, and the community at large within Matani slums in Nairobi.
And you also work with Dorothy Children Home and Rescue Dada. Can you give us a brief, summary of what you do with those two establishments?
Yeah, with the Dorothy Children's Home. Yeah, it's a home near our where we stay, and they are the needy from the orphans. They need a home where they cannot afford even food, and that home cater for 28 girls. And I really had a passion when I saw what they are going through. So I mobilize the neighbors, and we give support. Give support to them with foodstuffs. Some have donors through education, because the owner, we have to support him because it's not easy to cater for girls, and they are in need. So for me, I support in my small way, and even counseling, with counseling, and they really know they have a mom, a dear mom, who is there for them.
And also the prisons. You're also involved very much with the prisons. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do with them?
Yeah, for prisoners, I support them with toiletries, and sometimes we come across someone is released from jail, he has no bus fare or she has no bus fare, and we support that person because we don't want him to go back in jail because of bus fare. So we interact with the catechist there, and we give a hand in our small way.
Thank you. We come from the same village, and that's where we grew up, in the neighborhood. And I could see her mom helping the needy around our village with firewood and foodstuffs. And eventually, when we got married, I also saw passion in Jen with helping the needy when she joined another member of our church. And together I would see them collect foodstuffs that they used to give at the end of the year during Christmas. Then she got involved with the Missionaries of Charity, and I've seen her continue helping so many. So my input is, I'm retired, but do tourism business, and I support with funds where necessary, and I have grown-up children also who help us, and well wishers. I provide transport for them. I make sure that the delivery van is always in good mechanical state and fuel. And I feel also fulfilled in whatever she does, because it's really noble and it's very, very fulfilling. Fulfilling to the family, fulfilling to her, to myself, and we thank you too. And we pray for your organization to succeed in whatever they are doing to improve the humanity. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for joining our 2022 Women Leaders in Action Gala event. We want to give you an opportunity to give and partner with us in all that we do. To donate, visit WLANJ.org. As a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, we depend on generous donations from our supporters to run our programs. There are several ways to support our initiatives through a tax-deductible contribution. You can also donate through Amazon Smile. Thank you so much for your generous support.
Good evening, friends of WLA. My name is Laura Ajangba. I'm president of WLA. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Miss Anna Araba Arthur, a recipient of our Women Who Inspire Award. Anna graduated top of her class from the University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, Ghana, with a degree in fine arts. She attended graduate school at Cornell University and majored in human resources. She is a mother of 2 young adults who have graduated from college as well. Anna is a creative and gifted artist, and her hobbies include designing prints for textiles, sewing household items like coasters, aprons, cushion covers, and crocheting. Anna was diagnosed with neuroblastoma in 1989 and was treated with surgery and radiotherapy. In 2013, she developed intracranial neuroendocrine tumor, which is a complication of receiving radiotherapy earlier on. Other complications of the original treatment include damage to a facial nerve, oral fistula, and chronic bone infection. Anna has survived cancer twice and has had multiple surgeries to repair the complications from treatment of the cancer, including muscle, nerve, and skin grafts, and multiple procedures to improve her vision. Regardless of all these shortcomings, Anna is willing and helps people who need help from her. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming God's gift to Ghana, Anna Araba Arthur. Thank you.
Good evening, Anna. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Good evening. And how are you?
Okay. I'm okay. Thank you so much. Anna, can you tell us a little bit about your childhood? How did you first realize there was something wrong?
I grew up in a very great home, very fantastic. I was very happy. And then while I was in college, during the second year in college, I realized that my issue that I had when I was 14 and 15 was getting worse. I had a nosebleed and my ear was itching as well all the time.
So what did you do at this point when you realized a problem from childhood had recurred?
Initially I didn't inform my parents until when I went home after my second year. I informed my parents because it was getting worse.
Okay. Was there a diagnosis made at this point?
No, there was no diagnosis. The doctor that I saw at the hospital in Ghana insisted that I had to see a doctor outside the country.
How old were you at this point, Anna?
I was 22 years old.
Okay. So where did you go to see another doctor?
My dad took me to Paris, France, to see a doctor.
How was he able to afford this?
He worked with a French company at the time, and the company paid for half of the cost of the treatment, and he had to pay for the other half.
Okay. So what was the diagnosis that was made when you went to Paris?
The diagnosis was neuroblastoma. That was cancer.
Wow. And did you receive treatment for it?
I received treatment. Initially, it was chemo, surgeries, and then radiation.
Anna, after this treatment, did you get better?
I did get better. I went back to Ghana, went and finished my college there, and then I moved to the US. I felt okay, so I moved to the US.
And despite this hurdle, you graduated with honors. In your specialization, what did you specialize in?
Specialized in fine art, and textile was my favorite.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You came to the US, and what happened when you came to the US?
I came to the US and I realized that my health issues were coming back again, and I had to have some surgeries to try and fix it.
How old were you at this point?
At this point, I was 40. I'm sorry, at this point, I was 50.
Okay. And what did they determine when you came to the US?
They determined this time that I had a neuroendocrine carcinoma, which is a kind of cancer as well. And I had to go.
Okay. And before this, though, you did a master's degree at Cornell University. What was it in?
Before this one, I did a master's degree. So I hope to find another job because I couldn't really get the income I needed to take care of my children.
And you went to Cornell?
I went to Cornell, yes.
And majored in human resources?
Majored in human resources.
And went on to work with Starbucks, and then you got laid off and had to move to California with your children?
Yes, I did that.
Anna, what are the daily challenges you're facing right now?
The daily challenges I face right now is being able to work like a normal person, and financial issues and other health issues that I have keep coming because of the radiation.
Can you give us a few of the medical issues that you suffer from now?
I have complex partial epileptic seizures. I have issues with my eyes. I have a fistula in my mouth. I have my gum. My jaw has moved to the left. So I have a gold weight in my left eye that should help my eye to close, but it doesn't work fully. I have a metal plate on my left side of my jaw to help so that my mouth closes normally. When I drink, it drips out of the left side of my mouth. And the fistula doesn't allow me to eat well. I have to turn my head to the right.
Wow, Anna, I don't know how you do it on a daily basis, because we complain about basic things, little things here and there, and you're telling me you're going through all this. We applaud you on behalf of Women Leaders in Action. Anna, what is your hobby?
My hobby is sewing, designing fabrics, sewing, and crocheting.
And you give these artifacts that you make, you give them out as gifts to people, is that correct?
It makes me happy, yes. I give them away.
You also take people to the hospital or doctor's office if they need a ride. You're able to do that, is that right?
I do that. I take people out because if they're not able to do it, why can't I do it? I get assistance from people to take me, so why can't I assist others?
Now tell us about a time that you didn't know you would make it. How did you overcome this fear?
Initially, when I was diagnosed with cancer, I said a goodbye to my parents because I didn't think I would make it. I was in pain at the time, and I was young. At 22 or 23, you really think I haven't been through this before or something like that. So I thought I was done and said goodbye to my parents. But they told me there's no way that's going to happen. They will do whatever they could to take me through it. And they did.
Thank God for them. Anna, what will you share with others who are going through medical difficulties? What message do you have for them?
I would tell them, don't give up. You're not the only one going through it. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep looking forward. Keep praying, asking God for assistance. Don't give up. If you have friends, keep them with you. Chat. Everyone is there for you. They'll support you. Ask for help if you need it. But whatever it is, don't give up.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends of WLA, Anna inspires all of us to keep on keeping on. I don't know how she does it even on a daily basis. She is phenomenal, gifted, and regardless of her circumstances, she finds the wherewithal to help others. We thank you, Anna. We commend you, and may God always bless you.
Thank you so much. It's great sharing my story with you.
Good evening again. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Almighty God for making WLA's vision a reality. To our scholarship recipients, we applaud you. Keep up the good work. In the words of Michelle Obama, don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. To our women who inspire, Ms. Jane Weru and Ms. Anna Arthur, we thank you for inspiring us to do better each and every day. In the words of Brené Brown, one day you will tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will be someone else's survival guide. To our keynote speaker, Abba, thank you so much for always being there and counseling all the many people you did during the pandemic and to date. To the parents of our scholarship recipients, Dr. Betty Mervelsinas, Ms. Rocio Pando, we applaud you for raising such outstanding daughters. You empower us. I would also like to thank my beloved husband, Aya Jangba, for his love, support, and encouragement. Sheri Jitem. To my loving children, Margaret and Ian, thanks for challenging me to be the best mother ever. I love you. To my late mother, Victoria, who passed away this year, you are my rock. I thank you for everything, especially for the person I am today. To my brother, Eric, and my nephews, Sean and Ethan, I thank you. Eric, I thank you for joining me to set up the award for a teacher who empowers. To the WLA Executive Board, boy, we have our fun and we also have our fights. Don't get it all wrong. We work very hard. But the exceptional thing about WLA's Executive Board is this. We believe so much in our mission and vision that we contribute money every month towards WLA. Most people sit on boards because they collect. We give. And if you don't pay your donations or dues, as we call it, we kick you out. So we take that giving aspect very seriously. So I thank you. I thank you, the Executive Board, for letting me be your leader, for listening to me sometimes when I'm all over the map, for working with me to get to where we need to get to. And I thank you, my Vice President, Akosua Serwa Boedu. I thank you, the social media person and coordinator, Beth Cabrera de Soho, Ms. Kathy Mutunga, who keeps us straight and narrow on the coordinating and making sure she's the police. She makes sure that we do what we need to do. To my chief of staff, or WLA's chief of staff, Miss Judy Sentilis, I thank you. Miss Mavis Sewuku, I thank you. Then on to our advisory board. The advisory board helps us stay within our parameters because sometimes we're all over the map. Mr. Alex James, Mr. Kweku Yeboah, Miss Doreen Ewuku-Ejiman, Dr. Nelson Aluya, Dr. Ruby Fayose, Miss Irene Smith, Miss Paulina Duca, and also Miss Avril Okeke. To the MC of the hour and of the day, my very own nephew, Kwabena Mpofu. Where would we be without you? Thanks for putting everything together. Our camera crew and video people, Mr. Carlos Lisoho and Beth Cabrera Lisoho, muchísimas gracias. Our donors, our supporters and advisors, where would we be without you? You give and keep giving. And in the words of Mother Teresa, one thing that I ask of you, never be afraid of giving. There is a deep joy in giving, since what we receive is much more than what we give. WLA is where it is today because of the endless amount of money and support you've given us. Please keep it up because we would not even have been able to pull off this event without your donations and support. I would also like to acknowledge my staff, Rosie, Dale, and Amy. When you work with me, one thing you do know is that you're going to be doing WLA stuff every now and then. And in addition to everything else that we do in my office, I thank you. I will be remiss if I mention each and every name. So please forgive me if your name was not mentioned, but we appreciate you, we acknowledge you, we love you, and most importantly, we thank you. Please continue giving us because we will not be able to give the scholarships we are able to give, or even the awards to these wonderful women who inspire us every day. So please, always open your pockets to us when we call, and we thank you. We appreciate you. We honor you. Have a great evening.
One of the things that I absolutely love about WLA events is that I am constantly surrounded and exposed to people who are wiser, more experienced than I am, and just smarter than I am. And I think one of the great things about that is that it keeps me inspired. It keeps me humble. I look at some people and I see them like they're accomplishing that. And it just pushes me to be a better version of myself. One of the other things that I really appreciate about WL events, raffles. And so with that being said, right now we're going to go into our raffle. As I mentioned earlier, for anyone who registered, your name is already in the hat. And so don't worry about it. But right now we're going to talk about our raffles. We have 2 gift baskets that we are going to give away. They're going to be drawn. Winners will be notified by email. And so we're just going to get right into it because I know that's, you stuck it out with us. You learned a lot, but now you want some prizes. I get it. I dig it. So we're going to kick it off.
Hi, so I'm Alex James, member of the advisory board. And the winner of the wine basket is, drumroll, Anna Taylor. Congratulations to Anna. And the winner of the perfume basket is Vante. I'm messing this up, I'm sure. Assad. Congratulations, Assad. I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you so much for drawing our winners. Okay, so if you won either one of those raffle prizes, you will be notified by email as to how you can get it. You make sure that you enjoy either the wine basket or the perfume basket, both of which fabulous prizes. And we're very glad that you supported us and we hope that you enjoy them very much so. What we're going to do now is, as I mentioned, one of the most important ways that you can support us is to just always donate. You can go to our site, which is wlanj.org, and there are many different ways that you can support us. If you choose to make a donation, we greatly appreciate it, and all the different ways that you can do that will be shown to you on the site. Again, we just
thank you for joining us for our 2022 WLA Gala event. We want to give you an opportunity to give and partner with us, and here's how you can donate. Go to www.wlanj.org. Click on the Donate tab. As you know, we are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we depend on generous donations from our supporters to run our programs. There are several ways to support our initiatives through a tax-deductible contribution. You can also select the Amazon Smile option to ensure Amazon donates 0.5% of any purchase that you make on their site, gifted to us at no extra charge to you. Thank you in advance for your generous support.
Okay, so thank you so much for taking the time out to take a look at that information. What we're going to do right now is we are going to have the woman of the hour herself, Ms. Ajama, to come on and give some awards. And so I will hand this off to Ms. Laura Ajama.
Okay. I would like to also acknowledge one person that I forgot to, and that is our poet for this evening, Miss Jane Deku. Thank you so much, Jane. We do have our own Maya Angelou, in case you didn't realize. This is our very own Maya Angelou. Thanks so much for that beautiful poem. And our awards for this year . Please bear with me, I think. Okay, our first award is for Miss Jane Weru. Miss Jane Weru, are you able to see? From wherever you are in Kenya, I know it's so many hours ahead, 9 or 10 hours, but if you're there, we're honoring you with this award. And we thank you for everything. You will receive an award of $500 from Women's Leaders in Action to keep the good work that you're doing in Kenya for all the women, orphans, widows. We thank you. Asante sana. We thank you for the work that you do. Thank you. For our next award, we go to Miss Anna Araba Arthur. Anna, just listening to you makes me realize that we complain unnecessarily about things that are not important. Even when you mentioned the gold weight on your eye, so you can actually close your eye, I'm like, wow, why am I complaining again? We need to keep things in perspective. You inspire us to keep on keeping on, no matter what. And your very words, don't give up. It's our message to everyone who's going through something difficult today, no matter what. Your reminder is don't give up. So to Anna Araba Arthur, we award you with $500 to take care of your medical expenses and to be able to keep on keeping on and not to give up. Thank you so much for that inspiration. To our scholarship recipients, Rocio Santiago, we are awarding you an amount of $500 to keep on the good work at school. Use this to buy books, to purchase whatever furthers your education. And the WLA board, advisory and executive, are here to help you. So don't think you're doing this journey alone. At some point, you may feel, oh my God, I can't do it. Call us, email us. If you don't get a response, call and email us again, because we are the village and we need to help you succeed. And we're here for you always. For the next scholarship recipient, Christine Sinners. Both Christy and Rocio have volunteered with us at some point or the other. We thank you and we award you, Christy, $500 to further your education. You're majoring in something very interesting, both of you. Rocio wants to be a child psychologist and you a pathologist. How many people do that? And we know you will give back to the community, because to whom much is given, much is expected. So we know you will pass it on. So please pass on the torch. And we hope you will join us next year to encourage the next recipients of our scholarships. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great evening. You could have chosen to spend your evening anywhere else, but you chose to spend it with WLA. We appreciate you. We're grateful. Keep on keeping on. And in the words of Anna Araba Arthur, don't give up. We thank you. Thank you.
This has been a really phenomenal evening. I don't know that I'm going to get any sleep tonight. And the reason for that is because the word for tonight has been empowerment. Women empowering other women to continuing to empower others. And when sometimes you come across people's stories and they're just so inspiring, you feel compelled to just do something, you know, whether it's something for yourself or something for others. Like right now, I just want you to just go into creator mode and figure out what I can do for others to just be as, inspiring as those who have inspired me. And I think that's just the magic of these kinds of events. We appreciate you so much for your support to keep things like this going on. Sometimes we don't understand how grand a small little thing that we do for someone can be. Just a little thing as helping someone, make it through to college, just even if you just say that somebody, if you tell someone, you can do this thing, I believe in you. Little things like that go such a long way. And so we thank you very, very much for helping us to do that for other people. This has been phenomenal. We've heard from people who are amazingly talented in their fields. We've heard amazing poetry, amazing stories of people overcoming odds and just doing incredible things. Like Mr. Jamba said, there's no way I can ever complain about certain things after hearing some of the stories tonight, which is a good thing. Keeps us humble and keeps us hungry, and it keeps us empathetic, which is, an incredible thing. And so again, as always, we thank all of you for your support. We are going to let you know what we have coming up in terms of events. In addition to the 2023 gala, that information will be coming up very shortly. As always, if you want to support us, WLANJ.org. That's where you can get the information on what we do, how to support us if you want to donate your time, your services, or if you want to donate with money. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that, because that keeps us supporting people and giving out these scholarships to youth who will then go up and we believe be the next generation who will then bring up the next generation. So we thank you very much. We're also going to give a special thanks to our donors, and then we're going to have the members of WLA close it out with some thank yous. And so again, can't say thank you enough. 1,000 thank yous is not enough, but that's where I'm going to start. So 1,000 thank yous for coming out tonight, for showing up in your Louis Vuitton PJs, putting on pants. I'm not wearing pants. I am wearing pants, or maybe I'm not, who knows? But that's my little secret. But thank you so very much. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you. And we're looking forward to seeing you at the next gala. And make sure that when you show up dressed up. Thank you so very much. And we're going to continue to empower women who will continue to empower other women. So thank you very much, and have a fantastic night.
Thank you. Yedamo Ase. Gracias. From Women Leaders in Action. Thanks for your continuous support.
Thank you. Gracias.
Asante sana.
Merci. Dear friends of WLA, thank you for attending our 2022 Gala event. We thank you for your ongoing support over the years. Thank you. Akpekakaka.